Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. As you guys know, one of my favorite go-to prop firms is MyFundedFutures. Even though they're making a bunch of changes that I don't necessarily like, that forced me to have to reevaluate, which plan really works best for my trading style and what I'm interested in, my goals. And one of my big goals for this year is I want to get a live account. So I've been looking at the benefits of going to a live account. I've made the amount necessary to go live in expert accounts in the past, but I was never offered a chance to go into a live account. So they have all these new various account types that give you a pathway to get to a live account. And one of them that I'm really looking at is Starter Plus. Um, for a while, I kind of always ignored it because I felt like it was just a more expensive version of the starter plan. Starter plan, which is now only available in 50K, um, worked for me. Like I used to buy three of these at a time, and then I would just trade them all using Tradeify's group trading feature. And I like these a lot because the micro scaling stays the same in the evaluation and in the funded. So to me, it was a no brainer, and you get an extra $500 of drawdown, right? So your drawdown is 2,500. Profit target is 3K. So I felt like that was as close as I was gonna get to a one-to-one drawdown and profit target with my funded futures. So I never really looked at anything else. I just kind of stuck to the 50K starter plans because I like them. So they obviously raised the price for a second time. This used to be $50, then $80, now $97, and that kind of made me take a take time out of my day to go look at all the plans and really figure out if this is still the my favorite plan. And the main differences I see between the starter and starter plus, one is a big one is the daily loss limit. So with this one, even though you get $2,500 max drawdown, you can't lose that in a single day, which also means you can't fail in a single day. So you're gonna have a $1,200 drawdown, and to fail this evaluation, it's gonna take you 2 days. Starter Plus is almost the opposite, right? Where Starter Plus has max drawdown $2,000, no daily drawdown. So what that means is you can fail in a day, but what it does bring is a consistency rule where you can only pass in 2 days. So there's no longer passing in one day on this account. You can pass in one day on this account, starter, and expert, but not on starter plus. And their policy reminds me a lot of Topstep. Topstep has a similar 50% consistency rule where you you can pass in 2 days, and this obviously is compounded with a end of day trailing drawdown, right? So if your profit target is $3,000, you could probably make $1,500 a day exactly, and then $1,500 on your second day. I'm not sure how close to 50% they need you to be, or if they're gonna make you trade for a third day to really get it below 50%. I haven't bought one of these yet, but I'm probably gonna try this my next evaluation I buy for my funded futures. I'm gonna try the starter plus, because what I do value is that they don't have a stated consistency rule in their funded account. As you guys know, I do believe that requiring 5 days of performance is a consistency rule, and requiring minimum profit per day is a consistency rule, and also capping payouts is a consistency rule. But in terms of the traditional, you're required to, have your best day be a certain percentage of your account balance. I actually hate that. I think I've literally blown up a bunch of accounts in the past chasing numbers because of this, right? So if you have, let's say you're looking at the starter account, right? If you have a $2,000 day in this account, you're not going to get a payout until you make $5,000 because the consistency rule is 40%. Whereas this account, they still have the like $100 a day for 5 days thing, but you don't have to like limit yourself on good days, and I like that. So in this plan, I look at it like, okay, you're gonna have a consistency rule for 2 days. If you pass your evaluation in 2 days, and then you're good to go, kind of like, except for this part, right? But with this one, you have none in the beginning, and then you have one for the remainder of the account. So that's not great. So I'm actually looking forward to giving Starter Plus a go. That's the main reason I'm willing to pay the extra $30 to get this, because I think this is, to me, like a hybrid between the starter and the expert. The expert, to me, like I said in my previous video, is a true no consistency rule account. These, they could say there's no consistency rule, but telling you have to make $100 per day for 5 days, that's a consistency rule. So my plan is to really trade this and have the 30 days you need to get in order to get into a funded static account, which is, I think they said it's going to be a $2,500 static drawdown account. With the live account, you do have to pay like data fees possibly, and there's going to be an ability for you to withdraw daily, and there's still also going to be that 90-10 split, which I have to pay because I'm over $10,000 in payouts. But I'm looking forward to it. You guys let me know in the comments which one of these accounts you're looking forward to trade, and also like what your what you guys think of all the accounts between the 50K, the 100K, 150K starter plus, milestone, expert. Like for me, I'm just gonna lock in on this one in the new year, but maybe it doesn't work, but we'll find out. I'm gonna try to see how it compares to the starter accounts I've been trading for the last couple months.